Hi, this is Donna. I'm going to talk to you about the cost of living in Houston, Texas. So, the cost of living is like average in the United States. You can get a home for under 200,000. Let's see, the average in the US is like 235 for a home, but in Houston you can get one for like 160 to 195 easy. I do have to say, because it's January 2021, because of COVID and other situations, houses under 200,000 are selling rapidly, like decent ones, because there's a lot of investors and flippers out there that want to get a hold of the properties either to rent or flip, which is a good thing because they want to invest money into making the older homes nicer and have them more turnkey ready for sellers. And we all have to love house flippers, because sometimes there's houses here that are trashed, and or a hoarder lived in them and they left or had to go somewhere else or passed away, and whoever inherited the home really can't just sell it. It has all this stuff in it. They don't want to go through it, and they have a flipper buy it. They will deal with all the stuff in the property. They will clear it out and fix everything up and get it back on the market again, ready for people to actually live in the home. So that's a good thing. And in Houston in general, you can buy a bigger house for much less than other places. And that is a good thing. The thing people may not like is there's a lot more HOAs, and because there's no zoning in Houston. So I guess the HOAs came about, that's my theory, I'm not sure, is to manage the houses so they don't become commercial property and aren't used as businesses, so that they stay residential because of the lack of zoning outside. It's my only theory, but I don't know if it's true or not. Otherwise, HOAs are normal. The only thing I don't like about HOAs is a lot of HOAs, I got dust in the air. HOAs will only allow, most of them will only allow in-ground pools. Now, I have seen homes with above-ground pools in the backyards. So you have to check with the HOA, or if you see a home with an above-ground pool in the backyard and it's for sale, generally it's grandfathered in, and that would mean that other homes can do that too. Because I love pools, I will tell you that an above ground pool, if you get like a long one, like 32 foot long by 15, because it's good for laps and stuff, or as big as you can stick in that backyard, it's going to be so much cheaper than putting an in-ground pool in, and it's so much less money to maintain. And my only problem with them is they're hard to clean because you got to do the pole in. But if you put like a wood deck high on one side, it makes it easier to clean. But still one of those check with the HOA things, next level. But otherwise, in-ground pools are awesome. But besides, they're cheaper if you buy an in-ground pool already in the house. They still have a higher cost for maintenance. So that's the only downfall. But otherwise, if you get an older home, you can get a bigger home with more yard. There are new homes, but the cost of building a new home is really expensive. So the prices are very high for those. So you get less square footage and a smaller lot. We're talking, some of them, it's like no backyard. But if you're looking for, like a separate home that's kind of like a condo and barely any yard, just like a little backspace, because you don't want to do all that lawn mowing or paying people to care for your home. If you want to do that, that's great. And you can also get one with an HOA that either has like an exercise room or a pool and spa or tennis court that you can just go to, somebody else maintains, and you pay that as part of your HOAs. So it's totally cool. Now daycare, it costs. Daycare is expensive everywhere, so you always have to add that into your budget when moving to Houston or anywhere you go. So sometimes it could be, I know from having other kids, it could be a huge chunk of your of your budget. So make sure you have that included as part of your budget, including when you're dealing with going to a lender to talk about your loans. And they will usually ask that, like, do you pay child support? And, do you pay, what are your child care costs? Those are very important because they want to make sure you can afford to pay the house payments, which makes it more secure for them to give you that loan if everybody knows all the information. And January, like I said, January right now is probably the coldest month in Houston. Now, Houston gets a lot of rain. It's very humid. It gets very warm in the summer. It's not a tropical climate, but very close. So we would call it a subtropical climate because it gets really hot and it does get very cold at times and sometimes snows. I thought it was going to snow last night, but it didn't. Apparently it snowed in Austin. It was very close. So I'm excited for the weather to warm up and to get back into the pool again. And if you want to buy a house with a pool, I'm the person for that because I know all about pools and caring for them. I'm not a pool expert. That's what pool people are for. And I have pool people that I can help connect you with to either care for your pool or fix things with the pool. But definitely above ground pools, in ground pools, and even community pools. Anything with a pool in it. I'm all about that. So talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye.